Take two if you were watching the other video. Hi there, this is Kim Coles, and I'm using a new platform and trying new things, and I'm extremely jet lagged, and so that's my excuse for having a jacked up video, the other one, but that one's going to be deleted so you won't even know it's there. Hello, everyone. Hello. Happy, merry, everything is what I like to say because I like to respect all the faiths. There's a lot of different people celebrating a lot of different things at this time of the year. So I just say happy, merry, everything and happy holidays. I am recording this on the day before, on the eve before New Year's Eve. The eve before New Year's Eve. And for the next few days, I'm going to be bringing you a very special series that I call Reflect, Accept, and Connect. If you were on yesterday, I explained my love of the term accept and connect because I travel a lot. I was traveling today. I'll come back to that in just a minute. And every airport that you go through, when you try to go into their Wi-Fi, once you want to connect, you have to click a button that says accept and connect. And that always struck me as so interesting. Number one, because you have to grant permission. You have to accept that you want to use the Wi-Fi, and then you can connect to the Wi-Fi. And I thought it would be really interesting to come up with this series talking about what we accept in our lives, how to connect to the best version of ourselves, and and I thought I'd add the whole reflection thing on it since it's the end of the year and it's the end of the year and the beginning of a new year and the beginning of a new decade where we should reflect, where we should turn our gaze back just a little bit and see what went on back there so we can decide what we want to bring forth to the new year and into the new decade. And we can decide what we need to leave what back there. I think it's uh, Vivica Fox who says we're going to leave that where back there. Well, you can't leave it back there unless you have a reflection on what it is. And so it's reflecting on what worked and what didn't. And it's looking at your reflection, looking at you and being honest with yourself about who you are and what you really want, and then taking it forward, going forward. So I'm going to check in and look at some of you. Oh, thank you for sharing. I appreciate those of you who are sharing. Please do share. Please do like and answer some of the questions. I'm going to have some wonderful questions for you. So if you were on last night, you know that the first night was all about reflection. The first part is reflection. And I asked you, what was your biggest challenge for 2019? What went, and I'm going to do air quotes, wrong? What area in your life do you think could have had some improvement? And I asked you to write about it, to think about it, to ask yourself, like, what went wrong? And then to be honest with yourself and say, what could I have done differently? And again, it's never from a place of judgment. I'm all about love and truth and honesty and integrity and all the yummy things. And when you just be honest with yourself, just go like, what could I have done a little bit differently with the perspective that I now have? Because that's what reflection is all about. You're standing here and you're looking back there, and you have a perspective now. You have time. You have a little bit of wisdom. You have a little bit of experience under your belt. What would you have done differently? And today we're going to launch into the magic question of taking that same challenge, taking that thing that you think may have gone wrong, taking that thing that you're looking at in your rear view mirror and going, okay, what was the lesson? What was the lesson? Let me take a look at what you all are saying. Yeah, Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year. And this is what we do. If you start this time of year looking at what your 2019 was like, you can really step forth powerfully into your 2020. So the question was, what was the lesson? So I see someone here said the shift occurs in the authentic reflection. Yes, Dr. Craig, it really does. The shift happens, all the magic happens in reflection, because that's when you can make a change. That's when you can make a shift. That's when you can course correct, as they say. So what was the lesson for some of you? Someone says, Sarah says, I could have accepted change sooner. Instead, I allowed it to stress me out. Oh, that is a good a really good perception for you, Sarah, that you could have accepted it. It stressed you out, and who knows how that stress presented itself in your life. You know, stress does all kinds of things to us. It causes us to sleep less, causes us to gain weight. I'm raising my hand on that one. It causes us to miss other opportunities because we're stressing and worried. So if you learned the lesson that you could have stressed less and gotten your lesson sooner and gotten to the change sooner, then that is a great lesson to have because now you know how to do it differently. Um, uh, it's really important to get the lesson. And I'm looking at some notes if you see me looking down, because I really prepared this for you guys. I really wanted to have this conversation because these are the things I'm going through right now. I had a really interesting year in 2019, and the way I stayed sane, the way I came through it was through looking at the lessons. Every time something went awry, or every time something happened, I didn't understand it, or anytime something happened and it was really challenging or difficult, the way for me to get clear sooner, get clearer sooner, get feeling better sooner was to go, what's the lesson here? What did it come here to show me? So, when you get the lesson quickly, and here's a really wonderful thing I want you to know. The faster you get the lesson, and I don't mean that you should push yourself to something that you're not ready for, but the faster you get the lesson, the better the chances are that you won't repeat it again. So let me ask you guys, how many of you here have really, when you look back at your life, you can see that you have been presented with the same opportunity to learn a lesson over and over and over and over again? How many of you feel like you have been in remedial school on some of your lessons? I know I have. There are several areas in my life in which I go, oh, there it goes again. Man, why does that keep coming up again? Oh, why does that show up again? Man, why do I keep doing that? That's because I didn't fully integrate the lesson. And I know that that's the case for some of you here. So let me know what you think of this. Let me know if this is something that you all have. I see people, this is going by so fast, I can't keep up. I promise you, I'm going to come back and read these comments because this is good stuff. I'm so glad you guys are engaged. And feel free to share with people if this is helpful or interesting or wonderful or delightful or makes you think, makes you feel like you can grow. Somebody said amen to that. I don't even know what I said, but amen to that for sure. So when you get the lesson, you don't have to keep repeating it. By the way, there are a lot of teachings, a lot of wise teachings along those lines, a lot of even religious texts that say this, a lot of spiritual texts, I should say, that say this, that when you learn the lesson, you don't have to keep repeating it. Or one of my favorite teachers, Miss Oprah, talks about how problems or difficulties or challenges show up as a pebble. It shows up as a little pebble, and the pebble hits you in the head. And then the next time it shows up as a slightly larger rock. And the next time it shows up as like a boulder. And then the next time it's a brick wall and it falls all on top of you. And the truth is if you pay attention, the lessons are always there. The opportunities for you to look at it a fresh new way are always there. And when you get it, you go, oh, you don't have to repeat it again. And you can move on to the next lesson because life is always full of lessons, right? Yes, 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 yes. I see some of your answers. Hello. Yes, we went through some recycles. Yes, you went through some recycles. Yeah, you'll keep repeating it over and over and over again until you learn the lesson, until you really download it and get it into your system. So this is the difference between being in remedial school and repeating it over and over and over again. And I know that someone here may have had to repeat a class. Sometimes you have to repeat classes. I never had to repeat a grade, but I had to go to summer school every year. I was horrible at math. So in high school, every year of my high school, I had to go to summer school to relearn what I hadn't learned during the year. And that's because math is not my forte, numbers are not my jam. So, because they were not my jam and because it was difficult for me and because it was a challenge for me, I didn't delve into it. I would focus on the areas that I was really good at. And I didn't focus on where I really needed the help. And I wasn't honest with myself in really needing the help. And so I would get a grade that was, mwah, mwah, And then I would have to go and repeat it over the summer. The good news is that during the summer, I would get the lesson, I would pass the class and be able to move on to the next thing. So some of you may have lessons that you may need to repeat over and over again, but I want to save you from that by telling you to do this reflection right now. Remember, I told you this series is called Reflect, Accept, and Connect. If you spend the time to reflect on your life, reflect on your challenges, reflect on what, again, in quotations, went wrong, you can speed through and not have to go to summer school. You can speed through and not have to get left back. You might even get passed and skip a grade. You might go straight to graduate school because you figured out the lesson and you can see it coming your way. When the challenge is faced with you, when you're faced with the challenge again, you will see it and go, oh, I recognize you. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. I'm already in graduate school. Oh, no, no, no. I'm already a doctor in this language, in this experience. And you can pass right through it and move on to the next challenges that you may have, that may come up. Elizabeth says, save me. Well, you know what? This is the kind of stuff where you can save yourself. These are the kind of reflections where you actually can do this work yourself. It's actually not that hard. And I think that we think it's hard because it requires stopping all the noise, you know, getting rid of all the distractions, meditating on your life, getting away from the things that distract. Like, guys, I am a TV actress and I don't even watch a whole lot of TV right now. I don't. I save that for when I'm feeling really good and when things are flowing. When I'm reflecting on my life, I don't have time to watch nobody's reality show because I got my own reality show. I'm not judging it. I think it's great to escape and have fun and laugh and kiki. But the truth is, when I'm trying to reflect on my life, when I'm trying to up level my life, I don't have time for that stuff. I'm trying to reflect, get the lesson, and move on. I'm trying to graduate from every lesson as fast as I can so I can graduate on to the next lesson. And I want that for you too. Okay. The other thing I want you to know is that when you look at the lessons, and this is one of my favorite things about this, it's not about judgment. It's not about looking at what you may have done wrong. This really gives you confidence. Have you ever had some area in your life that was difficult and then you conquered it and then you had the confidence? You go, oh, wait a minute. I can do this. I can get past this. I can make things happen because I see evidence that I made this happen. It's really a powerful place to be, and it's a way to step into your power. I think I mentioned this yesterday. There's a lot of talk about being powerful and being a boss. I think that's so funny. I'm a boss. You can only be a boss when you the boss of you. This is how you become the boss of you. You reflect on your life, you reflect on your lessons, you reflect on your challenges, and then you see them for what they are and see how you can be better and know how to do it better next time. Does this make sense? I want everybody to know that I was traveling all day today. So that's why I have like the lights blowing me out because I am jet lagged and I am what happens when you don't drink enough water? Dehydrated. I'm having a sip of tea and I wanted to spend time. I wanted to make a commitment to bringing this series to you to reflect, accept, and connect as we move out of 2019 and into a powerful new year, a powerful new decade, and a powerful new you. Yeah, yes. All right, let me look at some of your comments. Let's see what my people. Somebody said a reflection is good. Make it quick and take good notes on what needs work. I live by that motto. Darius, that is so good. I'm going to put that there. A reflection is good, but make it quick and take good notes on what needs work. You live by that motto. Let me say this. Yeah, make it quick or take all the time you need. So if you can make it quick, Daryl, that's a good thing. Make it quick, but get it done. And then now you know what needs to be done. So thank you so much for that. Thank you. You know what needs to take good notes. Yes. I love this. Oh my goodness. I love that you all are here. Wonderful. Jamila, this is not a sacrifice. This is my joy. Those of you who know me as an actress and a comedian and as Sinclair, people come on here and call me Sinclair and woo, woo, woo. The truth is, that's a part of my life. But this kind of work is the other part of my life. I've been coaching and training others on this type of message, on this type of on these type of lessons, and on this type of lifestyle changes that you can make and that we can make together. And this is the work I've been doing on myself. I've spent the last year that I've told you before has been a little tough, really spending the time to reflect, look at the lessons, look at my challenges, and promise myself to do better and to see where I did do better and see where I can do better. And why wouldn't I share it with others? Why wouldn't I want to bring people along for the ride? So you've got 8 days of this. This is day 2. All right. Thank you, Yamika. I love North Carolina too. All right. Very good. Let's see what else. You stay connected and take notes. That went by so fast. Or write in a journal. Yeah, well, I said this yesterday, and let me remind you, I guess because I'm so jet lagged, I forgot to say, please have a journal for this. I'm going to be here for the next 6 more days. So bring a journal with you and take these notes. And remember, so yesterday's note was to look at what was wrong, look at what your challenge was. And today was to look at what was the lesson in that challenge. Because listen, let me say this. Looking at the lesson makes it all worthwhile. Looking at the lesson that you got, looking at how you transformed, looking at what you were able to change, even looking at the fact that you're able to look at it and see it is worth celebration. And it's the confidence builder that you may need so that you never have to go back to this problem again. You may never have to go to that challenge again. Or when that challenge presents itself, you can go, ooh, I'm ready for this. And here's the other piece of it. And this is what people don't say is I think this is how we help each other, right? So I've been through challenges. I want to help people with the knowledge that I now have, the wisdom that I now have. And you too will do that for you and your friends and your loved ones. You will be able to help so many others. I know we wouldn't be friends here on this platform unless you were the kind of person that enjoys serving and helping others as well. And you want to grow in your power as big as possible, no matter what it is you do. You're the star of your life and you can help others also shine. So this is about all of us together, learning the lessons, experiencing the challenges, and loving our lives anyway and not letting anything get us down. Okay. Yes, Dr. Craig, I see you. Yes, it strengthens your faith and journey and equips you to help others along the way. I know that's exactly what you do, Dr. Craig. Hey, McKenna, how are you? Looking at the lesson makes it all worthwhile. I know that is something you do in your life all the time. It's all about reflection, looking at it and not being afraid to look at it because it will keep coming. It will keep showing up. You will keep dating the same type of person over and over and over again until you look at it and go, wait a minute, this is not what's healthy for me. This is not what I really, really want. You will get the same job over again. You will level out in your life over and over again, over and over and over again. If you don't look at the lesson, go, what is wrong here? What's my challenge here? What do I want more of here? What do I want less of here? And what's the lesson for this? And now what can I change? And here's what happens that's really awesome. I truly believe that source, God, the universe, the creator goes, oh, wait a minute. She learned the lesson. Oh, wait a minute. He got that lesson this time. Woo! I'm going to send him something else this time. I'm going to send him something better because now the lesson has been achieved. You have now graduated and you are ready for your next level. So let me know if this was helpful, whether you are just, somebody said that they were passing by, whether you're just passing by or whether you saw the whole broadcast or whether you're watching the replay. Let me know what you thought of this. I'm going to be doing this every day. I see you, Pella. I see you, Sledge Darrow. How are you? How are you? Yeah, I see you taking notes. Oh, I'm so glad you're taking notes. That means a lot to me. That's what this is for. This is just a mini series I wanted to bring to you as my special Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Yule, Festivus. No, it's not Yule. Solstice. Whatever it is you celebrate at this time of year. I said before, I just like to say happy holidays. I know people celebrate a whole lot of different things. I celebrate with you, and more importantly, I celebrate you here at the end of 2019 on into 2020. Come back tomorrow for day 3 of Reflect, Accept, and connect. We're going to talk a little bit more about reflection. I'm trying to think, did I get you all the notes I wanted to? This is all about stretching and growing yourself. And we need to do that more than ever in this world, rather than complaining what's going on out there. Take care of all what's going on in here, and the rest will take care of itself. Have a great evening, day, or whatsoever it is when you see this. And yes, I said whatsoever. I'm going to get some water and some rest because it's been a long day of travel. I'll come back and talk about some of that too. I am so glad that you all are here. Please share, and I'll see you all tomorrow. All righty. Bye.